My name is Matt Allen. With me is my colleague Todd Holleman. We are business and securities litigators with the law firm of Miller Canfield. In 2010, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission created its Cooperation Initiative, which is a collection of tools designed to encourage cooperation by individuals and companies in investigations and enforcement actions by the SEC and the United States Department of Justice. A big part of this cooperation initiative is the SEC's Whistleblower Program. That program was enacted as part of the 2010 Dodd-Frank Wall Street reform legislation. The SEC's Whistleblower Program is administered by the SEC Office of the Whistleblower. Today, Todd and I are going to talk to you about what the Whistleblower Program is and how it affects companies and their employees.
The Whistleblower Program was put in place to help stop corporate wrongdoing and securities fraud. It incentivizes individuals to report such conduct to the SEC and allows the SEC to reward those individuals for voluntary, original information provided by them to the SEC that results in a successful SEC enforcement action and a judgment or a sanction in an amount of $1 million or more. If you become aware of a whistleblower complaint, the company must be careful not to retaliate against the individual. If the individual is successful in pursuing a retaliatory complaint in federal court, they then can be reinstated to their same position with the same level of seniority, receive 2 times the amount of the back pay owed, and receive their attorney's fees and costs. So there are significant penalties to any type of retaliation that might occur. The only limitation on an individual's ability to collect when they make a successful whistleblower claim is that they themselves cannot be convicted of a crime. You may think that the company is protected by its confidentiality agreements with its employees or by the fact that the company is represented by counsel, but neither is true. The SEC can speak secretly to the employee without the company's knowledge and without regard to there being an employee confidentiality agreement or that the company is represented by counsel.
It's always a good idea for companies to have in place an internal compliance program, especially because it goes a long way with the SEC and the Department of Justice when trying to resolve investigations and enforcement actions short of litigation or trial. The SEC Whistleblower Rule incentivizes whistleblowers to first report up through their internal compliance program at their companies before reporting those tips of wrongdoing to the SEC. The securities lawyers at Miller Canfield have developed tips for clients as a result of our work for companies, audit committees, directors and officers, and investment advisors and funds in investigations and enforcement actions involving topics such as accounting fraud, disclosure issues, money market funds, municipal securities, insider trading, and foreign private issuers. We have developed some compliance tips for companies for handling whistleblower claims and generally being prepared for them that include crafting a whistleblower compliance investigation plan and customizing it as needed, constructing a whistleblower hotline and publicizing it to employees, incentivizing internal whistleblowing by having a flexible reporting mechanism in place, understanding privilege issues between the whistleblower and the company, understanding multinational privacy and securities laws, and generally carefully handling whistleblower employees, especially if those employees are subpar or non-performing and may be using the whistleblower law to attempt to stave off termination.
When you encounter a situation with a whistleblower or you suspect that there has been corporate wrongdoing or securities fraud, you want to make sure that the company has representation that is well experienced in all of these areas. We have that type of experience, and we certainly would be willing to speak with you and assist you in working your way through these issues.